Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for joining my presentation today. My name is Marco Hahn. I'm Director Sales at Dieffenbacher within the business unit Forming. So first of all, short introduction of company Dieffenbacher itself. I'm not sure if all of you know the company. So we are a family-owned business located in Eppingen in Germany, which is approximately halfway between Stuttgart and Frankfurt. We have been established in 1873, so this year we celebrate 150 years anniversary, where we are very proud of, and and still, as I said, family-owned, and we employ worldwide 1,900 employees, and approximately we generate turnover of 450 million euros per year. The company also acts in different businesses. So from left to right, the biggest business unit at Dieffenbacher is the wood-based panel industry. So we supply also complete automated lines to produce MDF, OSB, particle boards, and so on worldwide. Then the second business unit where I'm working in is the business unit Forming. And here we supply complete solutions to form composites and metals. Some applications you can see there. And then the two newest business units at Dieffenbacher are the business unit Recycling, where we mainly focus to recycle plastics, wood, or even other materials, and to bring them back to a second life. So really to have the whole change from waste back to product. Not only to do something in between, but the whole process chain. And the newest business unit is the business unit Energy. So we acquired a company just beginning of this year, which also supplies complete energy plants, which you can integrate, for example, in your plant as well. And last but not least, just to give you an idea where we are active all over the world. So the blue marked countries, they represent countries where Dieffenbacher equipment can be found and is in operation. The yellow marked cities, these are the locations where we have production sites. So our headquarters in Germany, we have one in the Czech Republic, one in Shanghai in China, and one in Windsor in Canada, just at the border to the US. And the white marked locations, these are service, engineering, and sales sites. So that's all about Dieffenbacher. I wanted to, in a short nutshell. So I would like to come now to my main presentation, solution provider for e-mobility. So as I said, we as Dieffenbacher, we are mainly providing solutions, technologies, machines for the composite industries. And we do this also since more than 60 years. But in the beginning, if we talk about e-mobility, there are many challenges in the market. I think most of you are also faced with these challenges like, okay, we need for EVs high plant availability, we have to reduce downtime to scope with the needs of the OEMs, therefore high output. There are many still customized products on the market which have to be produced. There is no standardization of the products itself, but also not in materials. So there are a vast range of materials from thermoset to thermoplastics, from metals, and so on, in combination of both. And for sure, for battery housings, for example, they must be flame retardant, corrosion resistant, and they have to cover the heavy weights of the battery packs. And for at least most of the challenges, we have solutions we can provide to our clients. These can be technical solutions, technology solutions like our LFTD technology, which also gives the opportunity to do inline recycling of the thermoplastic polymers, including the fibers. We can provide hybrid lines, either different process steps or even thermoset and thermoplastic applications. But I will come to this later. We have very sophisticated SMC technology with material-saving cutting technology. And to top this, at the end, also digitalization plays a major role to cope with all these challenges. And also here we have created our own Dieffenbacher digitalization platform, which I will briefly introduce to you as well, which then goes into predictive maintenance and completely automated solutions as well. So from the technology side, process technology, we have also a wide range what we can cover. As I already mentioned, from SMC, molding lines, LFTD, long fiber, thermoplast direct lines, wet molding, high pressure RTM, or even tailor blank line, where you can use UD tapes for local reinforcements in your products. And again, all over our digitalization, which helps in all of these to get better insights and improve your efficiency. I think you know typical examples of products. As I mentioned, there are still no clear picture. What materials are mainly used? Is it metals? Is it SMC? Is it thermoplast? Or even wet molded parts? So all of our customers, all the tier 1 suppliers, they are challenging the situation that they don't know what is the future and what is the right solution, and therefore we can help them with all of our ideas and technologies. So these are the main 3 ones I would like to highlight today, and then at the end also some hybrids out of it. Dieffenbacher LFTD line, that's nothing completely new. So that's a picture, for example, of a plant in the Netherlands, which are producing now underbody protection shields for a German OEM. And it consists just a second. It consists of a big compression molding press, in this case a 4,300 ton press. Then it comes with a punching press to punch out holes, for example. And on the back side, there's the core, the direct LFTD compounding line, where the customer can compound his own semi-finished material with the right amount of glass fibers, the right amount of polymer, and the right amount of additives to meet the requirements of the parts. And we can really skip all the logistics in advance. And this technology also gives a lot of advantages on technology side, but also commercially, because on the one hand, it's a very fast production line for a process. It can be even possible to produce parts in cycle times of 25 to 30 seconds, depending on the thickness and the size of the parts. In composites, that's really fast. We can also avoid semi-finished products and logistic costs. As I said, you do the semi-finished product in line when you need it, at the time you need it, and in the right amount and right recipe. And it is possible to recycle in line some of the material which you use in the process. For example, punch out parts or trimmed parts, chop it and bring it back into the system and use it again for new parts. And compared to other, let's say, long fiber injection molding lines, for example, the parts have superior technical properties, as we have also superior fiber lengths in comparison. Then, away from thermoplasts, here a nice plant to produce SMC components, for example, SMC battery boxes, completely automated with our newly developed SMC cutting device with quick change unit. It consists, on the one hand here, cutting, then weighing and stacking table, a press loading robot, on the other side a press unloading robot, cooling station, and end of the line with the output conveyor, but for sure this can be modified accordingly. So mainly I already highlighted the different parts of the line. Also here, as we are also producing hydraulic presses in the center as a heart, the Dieffenbacher hydraulic press systems. And here it will follow now a short video showing what I just mentioned, our new developed cutting unit with a quick change coil change system. So the idea is that you pre-prepare your SMC coil out of the line without stopping it. You unwind already a piece of the SMC, you remove the top and lower foil, and then with a forklift you bring it into the machine. Then it moves into it, it locks mechanically, and then it already starts. So with this system you can easily reduce the changeover time from coil to coil by half. So you can do this in 3 to 4 minutes. In a traditional way, 10 minutes are easily gone for experienced workers. If they are not really experienced, it even takes longer. And what we can also here see on the cutting table, we can also do some pre-stacking directly on the cutting table. So these are here, for example, 3 layers of SMC, which are then placed on a weighing scale to compare the set value against the actual value, so that we can also do, if necessary, a compensation cut to overcome deviations in the raw material. So the system helps also to reduce at the end scrap rate in case not enough or too much material is in the mold, and it also helps to increase the plant efficiency by the quick change over of the SMC coil, and therefore for sure downtime is reduced as well. I think most of the advantages I have already pointed out. Let's say all together, also what you have seen here with the Dieffenbacher hydraulic press, it also gives the opportunity, if you today produce parts for a battery cover, you can also use the same line in future, for example, to produce R-class parts, a trunk lid, a roof element, or whatever, as they are so precise, and that you can do an in-mold coating as well. Also inline treatment is possible, like milling or drilling. And as you have seen, all the lines are fully automated. There are no more workers involved in the process, which also increases the availability of the plant. Then the third technology, which is also used quite often in the EV composite industry, is wet molding. Also here we can supply a completely automated line with fully automated product changeover. For example, here that's a line we delivered to BMW to their plant in Dingolfing some years ago to produce CFRP parts there. And the line here consists for sure on several steps. So here we bring in the raw material, the pre-stacked material. Then there's a visual inspection system, a handling robot which places then the part on a resin application table, and then the table shuttles in the press, we form it, take it out of the press and cool it, and then we have already a finished molded part. And with all this setup, especially for wet molding, as you have the resin application completely separated from the molding process, you also achieve higher outputs. Also, everything is fully automated, no influence of workers, with inline inspection, which also then increases the OEE and reduces the downtime of the whole equipment. And what is also special at Dieffenbacher, we also have our own automation department. We are not only doing the automation for our own equipment, but for the complete production line. So you have one integrated solution, and not, let's say, island solutions which you just integrate in one line. So, and then these are, let's say, the standard ones. And to be even more flexible, to scope with all the differences, what we are challenging right now, we can also offer hybrid lines. One solution is shown here in a small animation. It's a combination of LFTD direct line with an oven integrated. Means in the oven, for example, you can heat up endless fibers like GMT material. You can heat up organo sheets. UD tape-based materials or cross-plies and combine it with a long fiber thermoplast and mold it then, for example, to an underbody cover, a protection shield or whatever. So it's a combination of flow molding process and the forming of the endless fibers in one step. And even then with big parts, what you can see then, you can achieve cycle times depending on the material of 60 or 90 seconds easily, which is compared to a thermoset much faster. So here you can see the part has been stacked at the outlet of the oven, then the transfer robot places it here, in this case in a very big 4,300 ton press, molds it, and then on the back side you will see it. Unloading robot will take then the finished part, puts it on cooling racks or cooling positions so that they cool in a constant way, and then we have, let's say, inline treatment with punching, and then the part is finished. Another idea I just can, or it's not even an idea, it's a real project, but I just can show you the layout at the moment, is a combination of thermoplastic and thermoset production line. So in the center we have, in this case, 2 Dieffenbacher presses, and they can be supplied either with SMC from a central SMC cutting and stacking unit, or they can be supplied here with a LFTD line so that you can produce either thermoplastic LFTD parts or SMC related parts. Or it's even possible one line does thermoset, one line thermoplastic, or elsewise. So it's a highly flexible system, which of course can be even enlarged depending on requirements of our customers or of you. And I think that's really the future to think about, especially as I mentioned in the beginning, as we do not know what is really the direction our customers and the OEMs are going to. And overall, what helps, no matter what production or what technology you are using, digitalization plays an important role to improve as well efficiency, OEM, and to get better insights. And we at Dieffenbacher, we have developed our own digitalization platform. It's not a single solution for a press. It's also with the idea to integrate the line into this. And you see here a picture of the real system, which is already available and used and tested and approved on the market. It helps you to get better insights in the production process to see what is really happening all the time. And then we already realized that and saw that it helps a lot to increase product output and decrease the scrap rate and also improve the component quality. And that's happening with different apps. So we have, on the one hand, a start center, what is shown here with different views. And then depending what you want to have, we have different apps like anomaly detection. Anomaly detection helps you to understand if the process goes away from normal. So the system is taught and learns itself by artificial intelligence continuously. And it warns you already if it realizes there is something going in the wrong direction. It doesn't mean you are already producing bad parts, but you see a tendency, you can already react and see what is happening, and then you can act prior to have bad parts or you have downtimes and whatever. You can get curve analysis app to understand how the process happened, what was the temperature at which stage of the process, what was the pressure during the molding process. And what's also, I think, very interesting, hydraulic monitoring. It's a very powerful app. You can understand, for example, what is the water content in your oil, what is the particle content in your oil, how is your pump, how are pumps operating, is still everything fine? do I have to change, for example, oil or not? So it's not like it is now. You have to take oil samples, wait for the results, and then, okay, I should change it now. Now you always have on time the data, and if the oil is still fine, why change it? Keep it going. The whole system is browser-based, so you can use it in your plant, at your laptop, at your PC, or even on mobile devices. So you can go to the machine, take a look, for example, open the actual value app and see what is, for example, the situation on the pump, on a valve. Is it really running at max capacity, or is it running in a good mood? So it helps really on the site and also on long term to improve your production processes. And we can for sure accompany it with trainings and so on. And last but not least, so I'm almost on time, that's, for example, a layout of a typical integrated digitalization solution for a LFTD process. So as I said, we integrate all the plant members like LFTD, extruder, oven, automation, press, stamping operation. We collect data in a database, data lake, and then depending on the app, we then provide the required data to the app so that you can then get the required information on time and on site. And with these nice pictures, as I said in the beginning, we are celebrating this year 150 years anniversary at Dieffenbacher. I would like to finish my presentation and thank you very much for your participation, for listening to me. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm here for you. Thank you very much.